Why does datetime.datetime.utcnow not contain time zone information? Why does this datetime not have any time zone info given that it is explicitly a UTC datetime? I would expect that this would contain info.
That means it is time zone naive, so you can't use it with datetime.as timezone. You can give it a time zone like this. Now you can change time zones. To get the current time in a given time zone, you could pass info to datetime.now directly. It works for any time zone including those that observe daylight saving time, DST, i.e., it works for time zones that may have different UTC offsets at different times, non-fixed UTC offset. Don't use tz.localize datetime.now. It may fail during end of DST transition when the local time is ambiguous.
Note that for Python 3.2 onwards, the datetime module contains datetime.timezone. The documentation for datetime.utcnow says, an aware current UTC datetime can be obtained by calling datetime.nowtimezone.utc. So, datetime.utcnow doesn't set info to indicate that it is UTC, but datetime.now.datetime.timezone.utc does return UTC time with synfo set. So you can do.
The standard Python libraries didn't include any tsinfo classes until Python 3.2. I can only guess at the reasons. Personally, I think it was a mistake not to include a tsinfo class for UTC, because that one is uncontroversial enough to have a standard implementation. Although there was no implementation in the library, there is one given as an example in the tsinfo documentation. Once you have a UTC tsinfo object, you still can't use it with utcnow. To get the current time as an aware datetime object. In Python 3.2 they finally put a UTC tsinfo class in the library. In Python 3.9 they created tsinfo classes for all the other time zones. See PEP 615. Support for the IANA time zone database in the standard library for all the details.
The Python module is one option, and there is another Python datoodle, which although is also third-party package, may already be available depending on your other dependencies and operating system. I just wanted to include this methodology for reference. If you've already installed Python datoodle for other purposes, you can use its tsinfo instead of duplicating with Python. I tend to agree that calls to utcnow should include the UTC time zone information. I suspect that this is not included because the native datetime library defaults to naive datetimes for cross-compatibility.